God damn, I wonder how long my mic's been muted for, bro. That's really not chill. Oh man, that would really suck if the entirety of my last stream was all muted. Why was it even muted? I'm so confused. What? Okay, welcome back to another live stream with PDX Mark, you beautiful people. Today I'm going to be playing with Babbitt on Twitch, his girlfriend, and Kitty Lover 666. We got some more Minecraft today. Before we start, actually, everything's perfect. Let's just hop right in. You know what I'm saying? Let's turn the Sweden off. Alright, that's muted. Let's unmute here. Yeah. Oh. Ain't no way. Okay.
That was so scary. I almost died down there. Oh my goodness.
Who?
Huh?
Who?
Who? Me.
Fast.
Banned.
That's crazy.
What? Chicken thigh. I'm in old PDX here right now. Like 4 people got on my head and told me it needs to be spelled with an I instead of a Y because it was just PDX, yeah. I was so mad.
I don't know why my view right now is all weird.
I changed your FOV up. You can turn it down some. Like go escape and then the top left says FOV.
You don't know
Turn
what
it down like a little bit, like 20 or so.
even play video games. Old PDX is beautiful, dude. It's a volcano village. It's like you know that city? I don't know where it is, but it's like all water. I think it's like French. PDX is like that, but with lava.
There's no way you're talking about Venice, right?
Yeah,
In
yeah.
Italy?
I live in like the lava Venice, dude.
I'd be so good at geography charades.
Open the chest now. My main goal for today's gaming section is to fix both of my villages because they're just like awful places to be and live. One's just like riddled with lava everywhere all over the place, and the other one's just like deep snow everywhere all over the place.
A vibe.
Neither of them are a cool place to vibe or be. Might leave old PDX, yeah. I mean, you. I need to. PDX, yeah.
Are you ready for the Minecraft movie, Mark?
No. I love the Mario movie. I love the Sonic movie.
Same. I actually really loved the Sonic movie.
I grew up watching Sonic X and Sonic Underground, but I liked X a lot better. I think that's the consensus with most people. Sane people. Sonic Boom's not like awful either, honestly. I love Sonic, dude. I have a Shadow the Hedgehog plush backpack.
Nice.
Yeah. I bought it to wear to raves, but I don't go to raves, so I just wear it to the gym sometimes. I can't hold anything inside of it. It's very much just like back flare.
It's funny.
Yeah. I often really regret buying it. It's been on OfferUp for like 6 months, but it looks cool in the YouTube videos.
Why you gonna make it so sad every time, bro?
I make it so sad every time.
Bro, making it sad, bro.
Why do I make you sad, bro?
I'm crying, I'm weeping.
How come?
I saw God's face and he was weeping too.
Why were you and God weeping, dude? What's the pain?
Oh, hello. What are you guys up to?
You got Minecraft?
Yeah, you got Minecraft.
I'm always on Minecraft, dude. Come on now.
He's always playing Minecraft.
Yeah, dog, that's all I play.
Is that Ricky? Is that Ricky Bobby?
Yeah, it is, bro.
Fuck
Why have
yeah.
you not seen him play Minecraft, bro?
You haven't seen me playing Minecraft?
Guys, we can't talk about 2020 or my YouTube channel will get banned.
About what?
Just
Say
anything.
the word.
No.
Just
Just anything, anything.
About ready to say something.
No, anything about anything. P. Diddy's fine, but anything about 2020 is not okay.
No, yes, I say the P word.
So Jeffrey
PDX
Epstein's
Mark.
out of the question.
I think you can say that. can't-
Pandemic.
Ooh, dude, you gotta be careful, bro. You can't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get banned. Oh, yo, I'm gonna get banned. I don't know what that is.
With the Trump shooter stuff, you can't say assassination either anymore.
Dude, it's
Really?
crazy.
Wow, that's
They're really tryharding.
yeah, you should transfer over to X or something. Not no
Rumble.
joke.
Yeah. I wish I was doing it from the beginning. I doubt anybody's gonna transfer over because I know me personally, I'm not using anything but YouTube. Like any creator, no matter how diehard I am for them, if they're like, yeah, I'm switching platforms, I'm just like, it's been real.
Yeah, it's just.
I'm not about to switch my platform for anybody, you know what I mean? So, fuck.
It's it's fucking pretty interesting the what they're doing though, and on that platform it's gonna make it less popular and stuff.
Yeah, I think so. As a creator who's actually having freedom of speech issues, like, it does really make me want to,
Yeah.
expand.
Yeah.
Go to
I mean,
Rumble.
I would start. I mean, maybe exploring your options.
Take my advice. Go to Rumble.
I'm gonna do it all. Originally I planned to do it all. I just never got around to it. Like, dude, that's so much work. Upload to, like, because I was already doing Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. So it's like you add Rumble and Twitter there. It's 5 social medias, but I guess I wasn't working hard enough.
Their user interfaces are going to be like pretty much plug and play everywhere you go here soon. I mean, it's pretty much you can just like Twitch. After you get started and stuff, you just streaming live, and that's all you're doing is just BS and playing the game. And teaching, telling people how to. What they can do. You're good at. I've watched a few of your things. You're good at your narrations and stuff on the game. It's kind of cool.
Thank you, bro. It means a lot.
But at at the same time, like, where does I mean, if I can't like post something on YouTube and it be just, especially if it's nothing that's rated X, like I can find things on YouTube that should be censored and it's not,
Yeah, 100%.
What's interesting about it
ISIS beheading
is the fact that what just happened to a president-elect, let's not even say his name, a president-elect. I can find content all over the place about it, but I don't know if it's monetized content or just like, something where they demonetize everybody that tries to speak on it, which is kind of stupid if they did. But I can find content on YouTube all over about it.
I'm loading up Minecraft, but I literally am so tired. I don't know if I can stay awake.
I'm right there with you. I feel like a zombie right now.
It's me right now. I said it first, okay? You're copying me.
But yeah, that's it.
Only one of us is a truly EP.
I'm killing dragons, and I'm making old and new PDXia great again.
I want to play. I can't, bro. So they took it out of me.
I can shoot a spell, and then the dragons, they fall to the floor, and then I beat on them.
Because you're playing Civilization. Sid Meier's Civilization, Babbitt.
You caught me, bro.
I know, and it also says you're playing Medieval MC.
Beat his ass. Beat his ass. Beat his ass.
Whatever. Oh, man. I'm super fucking excited. Oh, I haven't made it to Idaho yet. Looks like some medical malpractice is happening to some my dad recently, so he's gonna have to start a suit against this doctor that's lying to him and stuff. So
that sucks.
And he wants to be there for the signing of the cabin, just to try to play director and stuff, which is fine. That's fine. I'm like, I don't care if you want to play director. I could get it done myself if you want me to go over there and do it real quick for you and stuff. But I said I kind of want to start also the building plans for my house and where I'm going to put it there and stuff, and we'll start. I said he said we'll just go stake out a spot and let me know. I said okay, and shit. I said but he says I'm not probably going to be leaving there until Thursday. And I was like, all right, well, we can wait till Thursday then. So, so now I'm still here until Thursday. That's a bummer, but no, they tried to cut him off on his pain management plan because they said he failed a UA back in August with codeine in his system, but yet then he didn't have any codeine in his system. He said, I know I didn't have any codeine in my fucking system. I know I didn't. He says, I know that for a fact, so I would like to see the piss. And they're like, oh, we don't have it. And it's like, so you're...
Bro, he sounds like me.
Yeah, he says, so you're accusing me of a felony, which if you're on a pain management plan, it is. You're accusing me of a felony and you don't have the evidence against me? He says, I find that highly doubtful. And he says, so, they're like, we don't have it and stuff. And he's like, okay, well, how do you know that?
No, you're not lying.
Yeah, how do you know that you don't have it? And he says, I know that you're lying. He says, because well, you only had enough. And then they changed it up, like after like an hour of interrogation about how bad codeine is. They changed it up not because he wasn't letting go of it, because he's like, no, I know what the truth is, motherfucker. They're all like, well, you only had enough codeine in there to consider you eating like a poppy seed muffin. He says, oh, okay, so now you're switching your story. And then he says, but you had no opiates in your system, so you haven't been taking your medication. And he says, now I definitely know you're lying because I've had opiates in my system for the past fucking 10 years. In fact, because I've been on this pain management plan with you and stuff. And I can't get anything done. I have to drag my son up there to help me get stuff done and stuff and everything. He says, but I can't get anything done anyways. But at the same time, you guys are sitting here fucking telling me that you're telling me that you're telling me what exactly I know is not factual.
You need a bomb threat like the Unabomber.
No, he says, well, I'm just going to go ahead and contact this lawyer right now that's already sued you guys twice and successfully. And he says, so if you wanted to get rid of me and get me out your door, because all you had to do was say so. You didn't have to lie and give me a 3-hour interrogation and this and that and the other thing and lie and accuse me of a fucking felony under contract. He says, with you guys for a pain management plan. If I had violated that order, you're accusing me of a felony. He says, so that being bullshit, and I'm calling you on it. And he says, unless the doctor comes and says something to me, which I'll have a phone call with him today, and then we'll go from there. And so he's having to start a malpractice suit against them and stuff because they're literally trying to cut him off of shit that he is definitely overqualified for. But they're doing it in a fucking shady ass fucked up way. And he said, if you had just said something that you didn't want me there anymore, I would have gone over to Idaho and started a pain management plan there. But now that I'm still on this plan, I can't go do that there because then I'm doubling down, So, but now you're going to lie and accuse me of things that's going to be placed on a record of my pain management plan if I go to get a pain management plan there to say that I'm an abuser. So I have to sue you for it to say that you're making false statements on me. So
Government tries to pull fast ones on me all the time, bro. Never let it slip.
All right. I'm going to go to bed.
All right, brother.
Yeah,
I can't stay awake.
No, poor Ben.
I'm passing it in another reality now.
Sleep is for betas.
Good night.
All right.
Yeah, good night.
Log off if you're gay.
Yeah, logging off.
Oh, shit. That's funny. Oh, man. What are you doing? Playing Minecraft?
Yeah, dude, it's super cool. I'm actually enjoying it a lot. I have 2 cities. One's on a lava volcano. The other one's in a snowy mountain. The snowy mountain is new PDXia, and then the what do I call it? And then the lava one is old PDXia.
Nice.
And they're 2 villages that were automatically generated by the world. But I'm thinking about building walls around them and make them a lot more livable, because one of them is like unlivable because you drown in lava the whole time. The other one's unlivable because you drown in snow the whole time. So I gotta build castles for both of them, but also every time it's nighttime, I don't go to sleep. I go fight mobs, so I can get XP to level up my guy.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been pretty chill. I got new and old PDX here. I gotta make them great again, and I gotta build giant castles at both of them. It's gonna be awesome, man.
Oh
Anyways,
yeah.
last night my friend's girlfriend was ODing on coke. And
Uh-oh.
we were driving her to the hospital, and she was like, "Pull over, call an ambulance." So I called 911, called an ambulance, and we were on the freeway, and I knew the area pretty well. So they're like, "Can you tell me the address of your emergency?" And I was like, "Can you send an ambulance to this Walmart, which I'm 2 minutes away from, because I saw that there was an exit." So then they were like, "Yeah, we can meet you there." So then we go to the Walmart. We probably wait like 10 minutes for the ambulance to show up. And my friend was like, "Bro, let's just drive to the hospital." So then we made it there in like 2 minutes. We shouldn't have listened to her, dude. We could have got her to the hospital sooner. But
Yeah.
she was like, call 911, call 911. She kept saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah.
that was interesting.
That's insane, man. Yeah, be careful with that shit, man.
And
That shit will.
while all that was happening, they left their baby rat here at my place. So they spent the night at the hospital, and I came home, and there was a baby rat in my house. So I had to like
Dude.
feed it, and like I had to feed it cheese and crackers, and I had to give it water from a bottle cap. We got pretty chill. He seemed cold, so I wrapped him up in a t-shirt, and I was like rocking him.
That's cool. That's
Anyways, I go to buy a vape, right? At
Uh-huh.
7-Eleven. I come back. They're like, my friend and his girlfriend, they're like hanging out, and I'm like cleaning up around my house, and then I look behind the couch, and I'm like, guys, the rat. It's just lying there dead.
cool. Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, no shit.
But I live streamed myself like hanging out with the rat, and it was cool. I had like 7 viewers. I like wrapped it up in a blanket or a t-shirt. I like held him, and then I gave him like water. It was super cool. But I was like scared of him and thought he was gross. But I mean, I wish I made it, but it seemed like it had no chance without like mama rat milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sucks, man. That sucks. It's a bummer. But I mean, at least your friends are okay and shit, and not dead.
Yeah, for real.
That shit will fucking fuck you up.
I stay away. I stay away from all that. Every now and then, maybe some alk, maybe some weed, maybe some psychs. But
Yeah. It's the
I
best way to keep it. But you just know about psychs after a while. They can fuck up your goddamn your stomach. They will fuck up your stomach.
oh, that's really good advice. I should probably stop doing them then. Yeah.
It's I don't know. I've had good experiences and I've had a very terrible experience on psychedelics before, and luckily, like I have I have like enough like moral conscience in me to actually realize that like I didn't have any feeling of positivity in my body at one point in time on psychs, because I took them at the wrong time. I was going through shit. And so I thought it was going to do something better for me, and it just made it 100 times worse. I was thinking about killing people and stuff,
Whoa,
and all
dude.
sorts of fucked up shit. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. And then I said, well, I can't go nowhere. I have to stay here in this fucking spot, and just trip and realize and just keep telling myself I'm high. I can't do nothing about it. I'm high. And yeah, it was bad. It was a bad trip, and it made me come to the realization that it's not something that it's something that you have to kind of play by ear and be careful with and stuff. And it's just you have to be real fucking careful with it, as far as your mood, because it's definitely a mood enhancer big time.
I
Well,
posted
definitely.
I posted 4 rap songs today that I made.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah,
I thought they were pretty good. We'll see what SoundCloud thinks tomorrow.
mm-hmm. Yeah, freaking. I hope. Yeah, I hope. Shit, fucking goes good, man, for you on that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I kind of got low hopes given I've been doing YouTube for a year now, and I genuinely thought I'd be a millionaire by now.
Yeah, well, it just like certain platforms, man, they get
Just realistic hopes, I guess.
Mhm.
I'd say.
Well, it's just they're the platforms themselves are
Any platforms in particular you're talking about?
well, this the one you're on right now, and
Yeah.
essentially is if it's leaning towards censorship, it's leaning towards deep. Well, it's gonna depopulate itself eventually. Like that's what happened with
100%.
Facebook. That's what happened with. I mean, it's almost like committing platform suicide. Essentially, it is, and it is that for the platform alone. It's like if you're gonna violate free speech over shit that's actually happening in the world and the matters of opinion that differ from the platforms itself when it has no facts to back it on certain things, and you're just don't. I mean, as long as if you had facts, then that's another thing. But if you don't, if everything is ran off of your a political opinion or a steering committee of sorts, then the problem is the fact that like I could narrate a story about fucking Little Red Riding Hood and it's not true, it's not a fact, and so why aren't you censoring it? You know.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. It doesn't matter whether it's a lie or truth, or you could be spreading misinformation. Well, okay. Well, could I be, or could it actually be factual? And is your information misinformation or factual? Can you show me that it's factual?
It's a shame because I never thought I would take the stance that I'm taking, and that stance being I don't want any part of it. If they don't want me talking about something, that's fine. I'll talk about it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sucks. I never thought I'd be the person that acts that way, but whatever. I'm over it. It's like I'd rather get good views and have subscribers and have a channel. Right. Yeah.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I don't gotta win every battle. And my dad, he says fighting with the government is like fighting a windmill with a sword.
Well, it's not the government. Essentially, it's YouTube's own platform and what they're signing up for, and that's a bummer because I always thought YouTube had the platform of. I mean, they were dropping shit like when Anonymous was a real thing, and actually was like informative and stuff back in like 2008, 10, when it actually first dropped out. It actually was like people that would speak anonymously, then YouTube was the platform to do it from, and that gave that platform grassroots ground to grow into what it is, because there was a lot of shit that people were like wondering what the fuck was going on and stuff, but they were able to speak anonymously without getting fucking killed or something, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, and that was a whole thing for a long time, and the YouTube platform now is being more manipulative on their platform than they have been.
At first I was very upset with that, but now I'm just like, it's fine. If you know what I mean, I'm down to follow the rules because I don't know, things are going pretty good. I'd say 9 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Are you making any money? Or are you making?
I've made it. So in the span of a year, I've made $4.11, and that was from a Patreon subscriber. So not really.
Yeah. So I mean,
just about. I'd say just about.
When it comes down to it, I mean, how much time you put into it and stuff, is it worth that? You know, and so I would look. If you put yourself on a multi-facet platform,
I never had a chance, man. I'm really, I don't know, I'm passionate about it. I just love every second of it. I love like making it, watching myself after. I don't know what it is.
If I see somebody on like Twitch or Rumble or X,
I just love to create, man.
Or something like that.
It feels great.
I still look them up on YouTube and see if I can watch them there too. So
you're lying.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, nonetheless,
because I used to really like Sneeko, but whenever he switched platforms, I was just like, peace out, bro. Been real.
Yeah, well, just throw it on every one of them if you're trying to make money, and then you'll get known on.
I kind of have a TikTok, but it flopped. Everything I'd post, it would get like 12 views and then like 3 hate comments, and then I'd post the same video to YouTube, and it would get like 40 comments and like 6,000 views. I don't know what it is. The TikTokers don't like me, bro.
Well, that's because TikTok is all about freaking. I mean,
I saw this dude. I got so mad. I was scrolling on my phone. And I saw this dude's live, and it said saying skibbity toilet for 24 hours straight. The live was just him going skibbity toilet, skibbity toilet, skibbity toilet, skibbity toilet, and it had like 400 viewers, people watching him say skibbity toilet live.
yeah,
I was like, damn, this is what you guys want?
yeah, I know. It's
This
insane.
this is what you're watching? Instead of PDX Mark? Are you serious?
Yeah, I know. It's insane. It's
That's what I'm getting beat out by.
yeah. Well, I had a demonetized YouTube viewing on a court case I was in that got 4,000 views in a day.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm so scared of like being shadow banned or demonetized because like I don't know.
Yeah,
I really thought I'd be like big time YouTuber by now.
Yeah, it had to do with a court case and stuff, and it was exposing a lot of shit, and nobody liked it. Nobody liked it that was part of the platform apparently, but everybody liked it, like a good 80% of them liked it that saw it, and then a good 20% of them hated it because they were a part of the corrupt government within that and stuff and shit. So it's like or part of the people that were lobbyists for the judge and shit that was there trying to prosecute me essentially instead of being a judge and stuff. And so I fried him too. And it was a lot of information there that but it wasn't on my fucking channel is the problem. It was on.
But then you still caught all the flack for it, right? So yeah, it sucks because I got in a ton of trouble for something you said in the Discord server, which like I kind of don't mind. I just think the whole situation's like stupid. Plus, like I loved what you were saying, anyways. You know what I mean? Like I didn't leave the call or anything once you started going on about what you were going on about. I was oh damn, I bet this would get crazy views. You know, I was so excited. I went to sleep thinking about that live. I wake up, community strike, video taken, erased, deleted. Yeah, I didn't have a copy.
That's rough.
It sucks. It's okay. I'm kind of. I mean, it's disappointing, but like, I'm over it. That's fine. I don't gotta save him.
Yeah.
We don't gotta save him. Oh, but wish we could. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Community strike. That's insane. Yeah, that's what they freak out every time I speak because I have
They wrote something yellow down, and they're like, until December 15th, you're on thin ice, pretty much. And I was just like, for what?
Really?
But, yeah, but it is what it is.
That's insane.
It's like very clearly unwarranted, but they're the boss. You know what I mean? It's like who's gonna tell YouTube how to run their platform? Like who can tell YouTube how to run their platform?
Oh, I know who can, but that would be in.
And then it's like even if I did get big enough, like maybe let's say like 10 million subscribers in like 2 months, something crazy and unheard of, right? Like a large majority of people are following me. It's like, bro, they'll get me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
I'll get got. Yeah.
I know I can do something about it, but I can also go to my tribe in Utah and fucking lawyer up on them. And then that's like all the Mormon lawyers that are down there would fucking
Is lawyering up real?
Well, in a is a tribal member or part of the Northwestern Band Shoshone Nation. Yes, it is. Because it's probably the most powerful fucking law firm in the fucking country. It's all the LDS Mormons, bro. And they're powerful, believe it or not. I mean, look at what type of religious beliefs they run. I'm not in agreement with all of it and stuff and what it came from and shit, but yeah, no, they're in alliance with the tribes because they did the tribes a huge favor back in the day. The tribe that I
know a Mormon lord. Why do you guys listen to the Mormon guy? I forgot. That's like his last name, right?
Joseph Smith.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Joseph Smith. It's like I don't understand. Yeah.
I'm not a Mormon. Like I said, I'm not a Mormon, and I don't study the culture that much. But what I've understood about the previous history of it
Is that you better have a tribe?
And no, is that they were, I don't know, and like a certain group of them were engaged in a lot of polygamy, and a certain group of them.
Yeah. I mean, that's like assumed almost for Mormons, right?
For most, yeah, but
Yeah.
at the same time, that's not really the culture for all there. So I
Interesting.
don't want to speak on it like it's fact because it's not, you know.
Yeah.
But the idea is still there for certain cultural, like hardcore, you know, wanting to be part of that Mormons. But there's other people that are not like that, you know, and stuff. So and believe in, you know, more so.
I mean, I really don't judge. I mean, the way they do it, from what I've heard, heavily benefits, you know, men.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does to a degree.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm all for that.
It used to be pretty dark, a little darker than that, and it's not. And I mean, like in a sense of like kind of family oriented polygamy and stuff, and it was like, you know, way back in the early history with the there's certain groups of it that were pretty shady. But I would say that ultimately, man, look at it this way. I mean, now you have people that they'll knock on your door, they'll ask you about the religion, and regardless of whether
So yeah, that's happened to me. They invited me to their church. I thought they were super sweet and nice. I just didn't go because I'm so committed to my church, you know. But
yeah,
I definitely had nothing against them or nothing like that.
No, regardless of that, usually over in Utah, they'll fucking mow your lawn on top of it, regardless of your situation, and just do it out of the kindness of their heart and walk off. So
yeah.
it's like
I'm not. So my entire purpose of starting that sentence, we got really off track, but was like,
yeah.
I think it's kind of silly, but I rock with the people.
Exactly. No,
yeah.
No,
are you in the same boat? Are you in the same boat? I'm curious.
It's the way to be is to rock with the people and stuff and be about it. And
are you aware of the spiritual battle between good and evil, love and hate? That we all participate in, willingly or unwillingly, on a day-to-day basis.
Of course.
Most people aren't. You know, I think for me, that's what I would define as spiritually awake. It's when you can consciously realize if you're being an agent of good or evil.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not religious in a sense. I am more spiritual person. I believe that you come from.
But even then, it's like you can still feel like the different energies and such, you know?
Yeah. I believe that you exist in this world regardless of whether you exist in a body or not because your energy doesn't rot. Yeah. And that's on a completely different wavelength. And I hit that wavelength on a fucking acid trip one time. And that was and stuff and to where it was almost like I could see.
People say a lot of bad things about acid. I think it healed my brain because like before I started taking a whole bunch of psychedelics, I just didn't think that my actions had any consequences. Mm-hmm. In a sense, like I feel like if I drink bourbon on the side of the road with like a bunch of cars passing by, it's like I'd have zero problems and zero issues and nobody would care or notice. But it's actually not true. It's like if you're in a room with 10 people and you raise your hand, it's like all of their necks shift to your hand being raised, you know, and it's like we all have cause and effect on each other.
Completely different experience into the what they call the void or whatever the hell.
I love the void, dude. The best friends.
Call it. It was more so. I was up in Anacortes, Washington at the time, and at some medicine house, a tribal medicine house and stuff, and I was chilling there, and we all did some LSD, and the woods were calling me, man. I was like,
what was over there?
So we go out in the woods, and I'm laying there, and then all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, like I was around this really spiritually enlightened group of people. They knew a lot about like how to get you to that wavelength and with just sound frequency and different things alone. And they did. They got me to the.
I feel like psychs are a huge reason to why I am as religious as I am.
Mhm. With me, it wasn't like a religious
I seen the
experience,
demons.
more so than actually realizing that there's more to my body than what is body. Like it's not just solid matter that rots away. There's something that gives you purpose. Yeah, otherwise you're just when you're just a body, you lay and decay. All these things actively work together because of one source, and that source, like your hands move because you allow your hands to move, and you want your hands to move. But who is that wand? And what is that wand? How do you create that that's your spirit? That's what you call your spirit, your spirituality. So there's something within you that I don't think rots away. I think it's something within you that is always here. And that's one thing that I can prove without proving by just explaining it to people, it's hard. When I did that acid trip, I've got really close to like that psychedelic experience that like, hey man, we're all one on a different wavelength and energy. And that's what you're talking about.
Would you say psychs are good or bad?
Both.
You say both?
Yep, both. I can say you can have a really good experience. You can have a really bad experience. Like I said, I
feel like I've had really bad experiences, but I feel like I learned a lot from having those bad experiences. So in a way, I've never had a bad experience, but I mean, I've definitely had a bad time on psychedelics before. I just feel like I really overanalyze like what caused the bad vibes or whatever.
Yeah,
and then it's like you gotta correct.
Yep. Watching so what it was seeing what happened to other people. I went down to Portland one time and did a bunch of it.
So I live there. Fun fact.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You live there currently?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I went down to Portland
last 5 years.
Right on.
Yeah.
I went there and had an experience that took me to like.
The stuff over here hits you.
Well, it actually is not the best stuff I've had. The best stuff I've had was around here, but I had some good experiences. In fact, my buddy Jazz passed away. He was the one that had a connection down there or whatever. But I realized I ran into this girl. I went to this rave. I ran into this girl and we're all talking and
Promise Neverland.
This guy and everything. No, this girl. She looked.
What?
She looked cute from the outside and everything, but
the prettiest girls always have the evilest.
There was something wrong with her physically, and she had a colostomy bag. You didn't even notice, but she had her.
Yeah, I've seen those
from the front, but yeah, she had. So she was telling me, you think that shit's not going to affect you? It is. I said, why? And she's like, that's why I've got this. And I said, oh, shit, and stuff. I mean, I didn't end up doing anything with her or anything like that, but we weren't flirting or anything. But she had talked to me, and that gave me a realistic perspective of like, this can fuck me up, physically and stuff. And it's not addictive, and I've had good times on it while it was there. So I just stopped around that point in time when I realized that like you're rolling the dice and it can fuck you up rather quickly if you get into some wrong shit or something that's like, and the thing is that you don't know if it's wrong at all. You're just really rolling the dice right there. So I caution you to be aware of that and actually, and just be aware that you're always rolling the dice no matter what. Nowadays, especially with street drugs, you don't know where it's coming from or what's really in it. You just try to trust that it's good.
As someone that's been scammed, like been given colorful pieces of paper and put them on my tongue, and like 2 hours later not felt shit. It's like I'll take anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, be careful with that right there, because that is exactly what can get you and stuff, and all of a sudden you get something with something bad on it or something.
Yeah, I hear a lot of stories like that.
Yeah. Well, people.
It's
fentanyl,
common, yeah.
They deal with overdoses. People deal with overdoses all the time on stuff that they thought that was
Something else. Yeah.
Yeah, that's essentially the problem. One of the main problems with a lot of younger cats be dying from that shit and stuff nowadays.
Ricky Bobby, will you be on my podcast?
What podcast? Oh, the YouTube?
Yeah, it's called. So I haven't done it yet, but like, I mean, I'm ready for it. It's gonna be called the PDX podcast, I think.
Oh heck yeah! Well, yeah, I might hop on there and BS with you.
You're definitely invited, man. I'll give you a date, and I'll even send you like some potential topics, and feel free to send me any too.
Yeah.
You're good at talking, bro. I'd love to, benefit from that.
In certain areas, I'm good at.
I think
talking.
so. I think so, man.
I'm not really. I just have life experiences, man, that I can share with people that when they go through whatever they are in life and they're doing whatever experimental shit they're doing, just to caution them on certain things, and be like, hey, just think about it this way, it can fuck you up. Like, and maybe it will. So just be careful, and what dice roll you're playing with there, because the least I can do is speak from experience and stuff. And I haven't myself been fucked up from it. However,
Are you in your car?
Who knows what the future holds there,
Yeah.
And so I could take one hit of that shit and then all of a sudden be shitting my brains out and shitting my liver out,
Are you more liberal or Republican?
So what?
So okay, let me define myself.
I bet you're probably center, huh?
Top dead, dude. I'm
Centralist?
Independent.
Like Matthew McConaughey?
However, capital.
Dude, I don't know, because I voted for Kanye last year. Last time.
Independent capitalist that has conservative views. I have some liberal views.
I know, but
many.
Isn't independent party just throwing your vote away?
No, it's not about a vote until it's about what the independent party has said. I don't.
Why not?
And I tell you why. Because right now, until it's fixed, and
so you really think it's a scam?
That the founding, I can say that it's rigged. It is scam, yes.
I really hope. I want to hear about this. So. I want to hear about this so bad. I hope we don't get in trouble.
I don't want to get you banned.
Screw it. I want to hear it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and let me tell you why I think
theoretically in game.
Okay, in theory, in theory,
perhaps,
which what I've seen with my fucking eyeballs is people moving people around here, people buying land from like.
Oh, the Haitians. Do you know about the Haitian situation?
Yeah.
You know about Biden bucks? You know what Biden bucks is?
You know who you're not going to notice is people from Canada.
Right, white immigrants.
Trudeau's crew. And stuff. Well, what they're trying to do in this state, and specific, where I'm currently at, is they want to keep a control, and that's my in theory. In theory, in game, they want to keep a control over it, and I know this because who
benefits? Who's benefiting from this? Yeah.
Well, and nonetheless, they're part of clubs, groups, and organizations full of lawyers, judges, and governors and stuff, and they all meet in this private little group. These private little groups. I could give you some theoretical names like Rotary West or fucking Autobahn Society or Ramtha, Jay-Z Night,
BlackRock.
Well, these are just here in Washington. And they meet, and they all, most of them, I'd say Rotary is somewhat diverse, and there's some Republicans there, like Bill McGregor or whatever in this area, but like, and a couple other ones. But when they have a majority vote democracy, and you got a bunch of bankers, you got a bunch of lawyers, you got a bunch of
Whatever makes
attorneys,
money.
you got a bunch of judges. What do you think they're grouping up to do? Conspire on what they're going to do to win this election, to put their guy into office to benefit their business, which is all illegal, and it's actually considered a RICO act right there. That's what they do. And whether or not they feel they have enough in their club already, well, they'll go advertise some land to some rich Chinese or whatever the hell. And you know that Chinese own fucking pretty much like a good portion
Of America.
of the United States. So they have dual citizenship here. They own land here. That's your qualification to vote. As far as its origination comes from, you had to own land to vote. And
So they're giving them money for land.
Yeah. So they
Holy
have
cow.
the money. They have the money. They can get dual citizenship.
So wait, I don't own land, but I was under the impression that I cast a ballot in 2020.
Yeah, you can. You will be able to, and nonetheless, they switched that up a bit to where it's more lax. But if you own land, you are technically a citizen here. You pay in for the taxes, so therefore they have an argument. And therefore, so if they buy the land here and they still live there, even though it doesn't affect them, they can vote here. And they can, and so this is one part of the scam. The other part is that they can come in from Canada and you won't notice the fucking difference up here in Washington. You're not going to notice anybody different from you, and most of them are pushing the Trudeau plan, which, I mean, let's be honest.
I want to know what the Trudeau plan is.
Well, that's more of a George. So George Soros has this thing called and that's your, if you look into George Soros, there's a lot of information out there on him, but I'm sure they've censored a lot of it. But if you look deep enough, you can find more.
You say John Soros?
George
Soros.
He's
I love researching. I'll look that name up. I'll read about it.
He's like Zionist mob Nazi.
Really?
Ex-Nazi. Oh yeah, it is very, and he's actually has a lot to do with Ukraine's shadow government right now that got replaced when their original replacement president was voted in, and he got replaced with an actor.
Hey, you have a different skin color than me. Fuck you.
But yeah, but what it really boiled down to was what is the fact that George Soros, he's bought a warehouse up. He's part of a big warehouse up in Canada that runs a foundation called the Tides Foundation. The Tides Foundation, and you can look up 501c3s on it and stuff, and it's got all tax info. Now you have to look way deep into it, but you can look up 501c3s on it, which they're a nonprofit organization. All their stuff is they've got billions of dollars invested into it for a nonprofit organization that's doing rather well. Well, that's because it's controlled by somebody who has an unlimited supply of money. So this guy who has an unlimited supply of money because he's part of the Zionist one percenters, can funnel money, move whoever he wants down here at whatever time he wants, because he's just got the money to put him places, and that's what he does. And so when they feel that they're not going to win something, I believe that's what they do, and they do it all the way around, all the way down from.
So you think that's what happened with the 2020 election?
I think it happened. It's more so locally.
Theoretically, in game.
More so theoretically in game, more so locally, Washington, Oregon, California, Tides Foundation, all West Coast. And I think that they want control of this West Coast. I think that that's the whole game is they want
West Coast is 3 states, no?
Political control over the West Coast. Yeah, it's 3 very fucking powerful,
big states. Populated.
Big states where there's some big money coming in somewhere to some people, but not to everybody, because there's a lot of poverty too. So, I mean, it's interesting. I know a lot about it.
It's really interesting and cool to know a lot about it, but it's like, damn, ignorance really is bliss, you know? It's like you definitely paint some sort of target on yourself just saying the truth, which is unfortunate.
Not to a degree and not to a degree. You know what really paints the target?
What?
Is the fact that you're speaking it and other people are coming to realizations that didn't know or didn't know what they're a part of. And they look into it and they realize it's fact and they go, what? And you start to look, I don't care about speaking on things, it's not a thing that it's, if what it would do is like, okay, well, what is this guy's agenda? It's going to capture eyes to what's that guy's agenda? What's he trying to do? And that's a good thing. And if I die in the process of fucking exposing it, then at least I tried to do something good, And that's the whole thing. But it seems like he wants a control. He wants to have his guys in office. Like Jay Inslee here in Washington. Let's be real. The governor here in Washington. Let's be real. He lost. He should have lost Seattle completely.
Do you know about state senate? Do you know about the state senate? It's Marie Perez versus Joe Kent.
Oh, and
are you following that?
Oregon?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in Washington.
Oh no, this is. I could have sworn it was Washington, man. I could have Joe Kent, Marie Perez for what the thing I said. Senate.
No, here it's we got Bob Ferguson, which is the honestly.
It says Republican for Washington 03. You look up Joe Kent, but basically Joe Kent, his whole campaign is like, I'm gonna stop all abortion. Abortion is awful and it needs to be illegal, and the world would be a better place without it. And then Marie Perez is just like the opposite. So we're basically having like almost a Roe v. Wade again because of the two candidates and their political oppositions. And so Joe Kent's whole thing is he hates abortion and he wants to keep Congress red. And so Marie's whole thing is she wants to keep Congress blue. So it's just like, it's wild.
Yeah, and I bet that unfortunately it's gonna go blue. I bet that here same thing. So I'm not gonna be staying in this area.
Yeah, it is gonna go blue, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and because I'm an independent, it doesn't really much. I think that honestly both sides have mixed bags of shit here and there, not everywhere. Like I could say pro and con things about Trump. I could say that Trump, if he would have done what he did in the first place, he wouldn't have all the what he said he was going to do in the first place. He wouldn't have all the problems.
You know what Putin said, right? You know what Putin said, right?
What?
When the guys in the black suits comes, there's nothing Trump can do. When the guys with the black suits come, there's nothing Trump can do.
Right.
But Putin said that. Is he memeing? Is he joking? Is he? You know what I mean? It's like, do we need to listen to that? It's like most important man in Russia talking.
Here's the problem, man. Okay, so what we have going on right now.
We're gonna talk about all of this on the podcast, but keep going.
And the presidential election and stuff, and what's going on is presidents are supposed to take care of foreign trade agreements and stuff, and then what we have going on with and domestic, foreign and domestic, but that domestic is more so House, Senate, and states to figure out, but we're supposed to draw our boundaries around the Constitution. And free speech is a good thing, but it has its moments to where you should, like, there's certain areas where you should
use it,
be politically correct more so than like cussing your ass off or doing things like you don't want
to come off as like an angry dummy.
Yeah, exposing
angry aggressive dummy
with your balls hanging out at a parade or something when there's kids there. It's like. And it's like, okay, so this parent and this kid came out to respect your rights as a alphabet person.
I'm so torn between that because I love freedom, Yeah, but it's like I go to church and they despise that.
Well, and see, the thing is that
I love freedom of expression, freedom of speech. It's like I grew up watching South Park in 4th grade. I've seen every episode.
I have nothing against people being whatever they want to be.
Right, but you shouldn't push it to kids.
Exactly. Yeah. That's where it becomes. There's a line there.
It's weird there. It is grooming, dude. It's grooming.
Yeah. And that's where there's that line. It's like, okay, well, even if you want to show, like, have a parade about your rights and stuff.
You want to
and
destroy a
it-
country? Make promiscuity common amongst the youth.
well, check yourself at the door at least, and be like presentable in the parade to a degree, not dancing around with your balls hanging out around a bunch of kids. You know, be morally correct about it and appreciate what these people came out here for, instead of
You know the naked bike parade?
Yeah, you know, exactly. That's like one of those ones that, but at least they're saying naked to where they don't, you know, no kid, nobody that wants their kids exposed to that to be there. But a lot of people that actually went to parades like that lost a lot of respect, because the community had lost a lot of respect because they didn't check their boys at the door.
Public nudity is legal as long as it's not done with the intent to arouse others. Portland, Oregon.
Indecent exposure is not a thing in Portland, Oregon.
As long as you're not doing it to seduce anybody or arouse anybody, it's completely... Yes, public nudity is generally legal in Oregon, but there are some restrictions. Intent. Public nudity is legal as long as it's not done with the intent to arouse others.
They had places like that around here, like Evergreen State College or whatever around here, to actually, to where you had a nude beach or whatever, to where you could go and be nude at. Okay, but then it was like, you know, we knew not to drag our kids there unless they wanted them to be part of that, you know, culture or whatever. Which, you know, we all started there, but, you know, nonetheless, that as we've grown, morale is a thing, and we want to train kids for success now and stuff, and, you know, in a suit and a tie. We don't want to see them around the shopping mall naked, you know. I'm sorry. I can smell your ass, you know. Like, fucking, like, get some fucking clothes on, man, you know. And people do it just to be outlandish, and the point is that, like, not to cause a scene, you know, and that's a respectable individual. I'll carry the respect, you know. It's not to cause a scene, not to be part of, you know, it's something to where, and a lot of people want to cause a scene now, and it's just like that's where the lack of maturity comes, and it's like, you know, you're taking it to an advancement that makes it to where they're going to say, oh, we're going to put restrictions on freedom of speech, which they're already doing on the opposite side of the spectrum, which is weird. It's like, shouldn't we be looking into these things, you know, a little more? These things, like things that actually are going on in the world, and not worry about what's in between our legs so much, you know, because that's irrelevant.
Distraction, bro.
Yeah, it's irrelevant to actually being a successful person unless you're like into doing those, performing those surgical events. What kicks me in the nuts about Washington is I've got bad eyesight, man. I've got terrible eyesight, and I'll tell you, the state won't fund my laser surgery.
But they'll fund a sex change.
But they'll fund a fucking sex change, right? That's like, you know.
That's awful.
Yeah. So it's like, okay.
Wish the state was more red, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, that's.
Damn, I want to move to a red state, dude. I'm realizing.
Mm-hmm.
I hear the money's better in blue, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's because it's backed by the 1%ers.
Yep.
That aren't part of, they can move wherever they want. They have like printed money. They print the money. they funnel it down through our Treasury Department and have complete control of the government through that. And the red states don't really allow that. They just build what they can, like, and farm or whatever. Like, you move east and you'll see fucking crops for acres. Crops for acres, you know. Like, you go eastern Washington, you can drive for hundreds of miles, nothing but crops. Supplies the whole motherfucking, like, half the United States with motherfucking food. Okay? They supply it. Eastern Washington's even red. Like, most of Washington is red other than Olympia, Tacoma, Seattle. And I think even, like, the majority of that's red. After Seattle should have lost. Jay Inslee should have lost because Jay Inslee allowed the CHOP, which was the whole takeover of that area.
Antifa.
Yeah, and they allowed the CHOP to literally shut down fucking business left, right, and center. Like, all sorts of business.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's people's livelihood, and like they just
Google
allowed that.
Wanted to get up and fucking move, man. Like we Boeing, you know, we're gonna.
People couldn't go to work. People couldn't make money over that. Like,
Yeah. And so, in my opinion, Inslee probably should have lost the whole entire vote. And I think he did. I just think that there's controls that they are legitimizing through means of what I explained to you earlier, moving people down here, getting them to vote real easy. Like, that's why they're wanting to have voter ID and the whole registration process to see how long this person's lived, where they live at, what they do. That, and that's why they want to see that. They want to just verify things because that there's something going on with that, and there is. I guarantee there is. That's why. I mean, like, all of a sudden I see all these people I've never seen before around voting time, and traffic's just terrible every day, all day around here, and then all of a sudden they leave, and you never see them again. It's like, And then you get like these bureaucrats that come in once every certain amount of years, and they'll come into a store or something. I'll be just sitting there shopping, and they'll make a fucking scene. They'll come in and say, "Oh, you shouldn't be having this," blah, 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 just biting this fucking store owner's head off or something. And it's like, what? Oh, that's I'm gonna fucking da 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 da. And that's usually around voting time. They come in and just start trying to bite everybody's heads off and control everything. Oh, it's just fucking. I mean, it's hilarious. When you really saw it come out with the whole mask thing, you really saw all the bureaucracy come out right around that time. And I'm not saying that it's true or untrue.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the list.
Yeah, exactly. But you've seen people trying to control people, and you go around trying to control everybody, man. You realize you have come to a point in your life to where you've lost touch with checking yourself, not everybody else. You've lost touch with checking yourself, not everybody else. I mean, you shouldn't should people. You shouldn't demand from people, and they shouldn't demand from you. You're going to be who you are as long as you allow me to be who I am, and as long as you're not being a freak, like to where it's like, okay, this guy's absolutely a creep show. Like as long as you're not affecting people to a crazy degree, then it shouldn't be a fucking problem for you to be who you are. But when it comes down to telling people what they need to do and how they need to be all the fucking time, is like, those people suffer from a fucking mental illness. They think they're the proprietor of the universe.
A bunch of teens 2 years ago, they remade the George Floyd video with the Nerf gun, and it's saying here, teens face discipline for making George Floyd TikTok video.
Wow. I don't know.
George Droid?
George Floyd?
No, George Droid.
I don't.
I just sent you George Droid.
Roger. I'm smoking a cigarette right now, so.
Alright, bro. It was awesome talking to you, man. I'll hit you up with the podcast details. We're gonna make it happen. I have questions.
Roger.
But I gotta go, man. Have a good night, bro.